Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's Wellness Living Health and Beauty Edition webinar. I'm Luciana, the Marketing Product Manager here at Wellness Living for the Health and Beauty vertical, and we are absolutely excited to walk you through the highlights of this release 2566, a feature-packed update designed to save you time, simplify those day-to-day operations, and then strengthen your client relationships. So I'm joined today by our amazing senior demo specialist, Sonia, who is going to walk through all the feature demonstrations. And we're also joined by Alina, our senior product manager. She is with us and she's going to go through all of the, questions that you may have in this webinar. So drop your questions into the chat and as we're going through the webinar and, we'll answer any of those questions in our live chat in the Q&A at the end of the webinar. So I'm going to hand it over to Sonia and let's get started.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Thrilled to be here. As always, we've got a lot to show you today, but they're updates that will directly support how you manage your business, engage with your clients, and just focus on really the growth of your brand and your business. But before we dive into that, let's just quickly check out our poll results. We had asked, which area of your business are you most excited to improve this quarter? So we've got 60% for marketing and retention. That's always a big one. 40% for scheduling and client experience. So we'll definitely kind of hone in on a couple of these items as well through our release. So let's get going here. Of course, you've got myself, Luciana, and Lena. We're going to focus on things like refreshed client milestone icons, self-service membership cancellations, some new payroll features around commissions for service add-ons, and some new reports as well. So let's kick off our updates with something fun and exciting for client engagement. You're going to notice now within the portal, you have some refreshed client milestone icons. So we've just redesigned these to be more visible, and you will find that you notice them everywhere relating to the client. So here we've got a client profile, but usually when you have an appointment and you're looking at the client info, you'll see a lot of these over and over again related to the client. So just a quick, easy way to see what's happening with them, if there's anything you need to highlight or say thanks for, or even wish them, a celebration of some sort. So this page here just shows some of the updates that we have done. Our profile note one has changed. So it's now a blue exclamation mark so that you can quickly tell if you need to look over anything there, or statuses of actionation. The client types groups, of course, you can always amend those to meet the needs of the business. Our waiver, contract, and forms not signed now look different. They're in different colors, so much easier visual recognition. Unpaid visits, to-dos, your negative, positive amounts within a client's account are still going to be red and green for that easy visibility. And then a new one here is our milestone icons. So great way to just see, where that client is on their journey with you, how many visits they've had. And of course, this is always fantastic for just shouting at your clients, right? Giving them a thanks and just really providing that client experience.
I love this. So this is going to make those little moments of recognition easier than ever, whether it's a client's 5th or 50th visit. Your team can instantly celebrate those moments and build loyalty in real time. So amazing stuff. Let's keep going. Feature number 2.
Awesome. So next up, this kind of goes hand in hand with celebrating those loyal clients. And this is our brand new visit milestone and lifetime value report. So we created some new summary cards a few updates ago, and we took a lot of the info we heard from you guys, and you wanted an easier place to find everything and one simple, easy to use report. So we've created that, and it gives you that comprehensive view of clients' total visits, lifetime spend, upcoming visits, automatically highlights when a client is reaching key milestones like that 10th, 25th, or even 100th visit. So let's have a look at where you will find this within our system. So we're in the setup, which would probably likely be in your app drawer, or go into the app drawer. And we're going to head into reports here. So as always, our reports are subheaded: clients, attendance, staff, sales, and marketing. And this one, obviously relating to the clients, is going to be in there. So our visit, milestone, and lifetime value report. And so you can see along the top here, all of the little tags are related to the same thing that you were seeing on the client profile and the summary cards, right? So as I'd mentioned before, lifetime value, average monthly value, total lifetime visits, visits in the last 30 days, last or upcoming visits, and also last milestone dates. So easy visibility there. We also have some great filtering options that of course can relate to specific client groups, or if we're trying to break down lifetime value or even lifetime visits and find certain clients. Maybe again, we want to give them a shout out or anything like that. As with any of our reports, you will also have quick contact options. So great way to just do that quick contact of a meaningful shout out via email, SMS, or push as well. So with this report, you can turn every milestone into a memorable moment, strengthening client loyalty with just a few clicks.
I love this. This is such a powerful way to turn data into action. So you'll know exactly when to recognize client loyalty, whether it's that thank you, a bonus service, or, just that meaningful moment at a check-in, right? So this is such a great feature. And let's continue on. We've got feature number 3 for you.
All right. So feature number 3, self-service membership cancellations. So finally, we've enabled having clients have that control over membership cancellations themselves. And this is available either through the web client portal or the Achieve app as well. So when they're accessing this area, they'll be able to view final billing dates, see any cancellation fees, and receive confirmation, all without needing to contact your front desk or create additional admin work for your team. So let's have a look at how this will be configured. So we'll come on back to our app drawer. We're heading into the setup. And we'll go into store configuration, our purchase options here. And we'll get into a specific membership here. And so everything pretty much remains the same throughout these areas, but down below in your advanced settings, you're going to find a couple of additions now to our cancellation area. So right here. So membership cancellation. Previously, we had charge a cancellation or do not charge a cancellation fee. And directly beneath that now, we have either only staff can cancel, or if there's specific memberships we do want to enable this feature on, we would just simply turn that on. If there is a required notice that needs to be given, then you can also segment that in here. Of course, after making any changes, always do save, and that will implement it. And so to give you a little bit of a peek as to what we would see on the client side, well, for now, we'll use the client web app. But when they're within their portal, under their profile, my profile, along the top, we always see all the different categories. We want to go specifically into passes and membership. And over on the right-hand side now, where usually we had the gear icon for any additional features, we also have cancel membership. So they simply click cancel membership. They're going to get a little pop-up here that will relay any additional details as to what charges will be happening, if there is a required cancellation notice. And so this cancellation date will update automatically to reflect any of the cancellation dates. If there is a fee involved, they can then select a cancellation reason, and this is mandatory. So great way for you to know or have some reporting on those reasons, and they can just simply cancel their membership here. So you've got flexible settings, really clear cancellation flow. And so this update is just empowering clients, right, to be able to do this while keeping staff fully informed as well.
Good stuff. So this self-service membership cancellation is really going to reduce the friction on both sides. It's going to be a more convenient way for your clients, and it's going to help your staff to really focus on those, higher value interactions and not that back and forth with cancellation emails or, phone messages or anything like that. So good stuff. Can't wait to see what you've got for feature number 4.
Mhm. All right. So feature number 4, a new payroll feature, right? So control over commissions for service add-ons. You now have the flexibility to decide whether service add-ons or enhancements, as I like to call them, are included in staff commission calculation for appointments. So this new setting, it's giving you more accurate control over how commissions are applied, especially useful for businesses that even want to just track commissions on services separately from those commissions on the service add-ons or enhancements. So let's have a peek into where you will find this. We'll head back into our app drawer and our setup. Under your staff members, this will be directly in the pay rate tab related to your commission payout. So if I go add new pay rate and we go to a commission rate, change that to a percent, we now have this toggle here, right? Include service add-ons. So this then sums it up for commission. If we have that turned off, of course, then we are not including that as well. So easy enough to kind of configure how you would like those settings to go, and if they relate to certain services and not to others. As always, we're all about those customizations.
Amazing. So with this update, you're going to gain, greater precision and flexibility in managing your staff commissions. Whether you want to include service add-ons or just keep them separate, the choice is now yours. So helping you, tailor your payouts to help fit your business model more accurately. Amazing stuff. Let's keep going. Feature number 5.
All right, so this feature is more of a little bit of a sneak peek. So we have some great new marketing updates coming, and this is going to be implemented very shortly. So this is all about the email campaigns report, and we've found that, we've gotten feedback. We want this to be much more insightful for our business owners. So with this new report, you'll be able to track your open rates, unique click rates, click to open rates, and really see more in depth that recipient level performance. So
Great.
watch out for this one soon.
Love it. So now it's going to be easier than ever to, test subject lines, measure engagement, and follow up with clients who opened but maybe didn't convert, all without leaving the platform. Good stuff. So I guess that's it for our features. We're going to kind of move on to a Q&A, but first I do want to remind all of you, if you are not already, to follow us on our social platforms. So you can find us, of course, on Instagram, Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and of course on LinkedIn. So on our socials, you're going to find, our announcements for our webinars, where we are, where we're going to be this month, or towards actually June 2nd and 3rd, or sorry, got those dates mixed up. June 1st and 2nd, we're going to be at the Premier Orlando show. That's going to be exciting. So you're going to see kind of where we are, what we're up to, what webinars are coming up, and just some insightful information on our socials. So be sure to follow us there. So I'm going to hand it over to Lena, who's going to go through all of your questions that you may have had during this session, and let's get going. So Lena, over to you.
Great, thank you. So the first question here was from Divya. What happens when a client gets an add-on? And sorry, actually, the first question was, what happens when membership is on hold? How will the screen show? So we actually when the membership is on hold, the cancellation option will not be available. So the system wouldn't allow that cancellation to be processed. Once the hold is removed, then the standard cancellation process can apply. So hopefully that answers that first question. What happens when a client gets an add-on and then cancels the appointment along with the system add-on? Will the system remove the commission?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Sonia. I was just going to.
Yeah, no problem. It would follow the same behavior as a canceled appointment. It doesn't separate the add-on from that. So that there would be nothing on that. Or depending on the rules, right? Because you can set rules for cancellations and late cancels and things like that. So it will follow the behaviors that you've set up.
Great. And one more question from Sarah, who unfortunately was distracted when we were discussing the new marketing with emails. Sonia, do you mind summarizing that one again?
Yeah, of course. So we have some great new updates coming to the overall marketing area of our platform, but a specific report that we're going to be updating very shortly is your marketing campaigns report. So I was just reviewing that there's going to be more detailed insights within that report around the open rates, unique click rates, click to open rates. So just more in-depth recipient level information for you to manage your marketing campaigns reporting.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia. That definitely can help provide more visibility to the success of your campaigns and help you monitor how well they're doing. That was all the questions that we've seen so far. Is there anything else that you guys were wondering about? Oh, there we go. So from Divya, we canceled the appointment and the add-on service, but the add-on is not showing up in the service add-on and we can't remove it.
Sorry, Divya,
Okay.
I'm not exactly understanding that there. So what we can do is reach out to you afterwards and look into that a little bit more.
Okay, thank you, Divya. Yeah, there may be something we can look at in more detail specific to your case. Okay, and one more from Christina. Yeah, we can test the email subject line. Is a current feature or a new one? I'm not sure what release that feature came out with, in, but it is a current feature where you can send a test email while editing your template, and you'd be able to double check what that looks like in a realistic email format. Okay. We'll continue monitoring the chat as we're closing down, but these were really great questions and we appreciate everybody's participation. If you think of any more questions as we close down, please feel free to post them in the chat and we can reply right there in the chat. And I'll pass it on to Luciana, I believe.
All right. And of course, feel free to provide any information as to, what you would love to see on our live webinars. What information would be most valuable to you? We obviously go through all the great features that are coming or that are now available in this release, but we want to make sure that this time with you is very valuable. So if there's any other recommendations or things that, you want to bring forward that we can include in our release webinars, please, we'd love to hear from you. You can email me directly, luciana@wellnessliving.com, or, feel free to, reach out to your TAM or just let us know, or even in the question, in the chat box. We're always happy to add on to this beautiful time with you. So that kind of wraps up our walkthrough of release 2566. Thank you so much for, spending the time with us today. Be sure to find all the details in our release 66 notes. We are going to drop the link in the chat just so it's there for you and easy and convenient to see. You are also going to receive the recording of today's webinar along with any follow-up resources in your inbox soon. So look out for that. And of course, our release webinars and of course our releases are very, you know, they're coming every 4 to 6 weeks. So you're going to see a lot of us. We're always going to be on these releases. We're going to be here with you, explaining them all and kind of walking through. And I will hand it over to, you know, Sonia and Lana to say their final goodbyes. And yeah, over to you, ladies.
Awesome, thank you. So I'm just noticing there's another comment. So Sarah, as well for you, we will circle back with you and just see if we can dive into that a little bit more after the webinar as well. So as always, we're inspired by your feedback, your questions. Thank you so much for being such an engaged and supportive community. We can't wait to showcase the next updates for you all. So we'll be sure to see you soon.
And from me as well, thank you again, everyone. Thank you for your thoughts, your questions. Please keep sharing your ideas in the community forum. And remember that you can always access our knowledge base to find answers to any questions that you have. And as we said before, if you have any suggestions or ideas for topics we can cover in the future webinars, please feel free to drop it here in the chat or share your ideas with us through the community forum, and we'll definitely take that into account. We appreciate your engagement and your feedback for us. It's very important. And from all of us at Wellness Living, thank you. And we look forward to seeing you in the next release webinar.
Thank you so much, everyone.